Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just trying to fix it where you guys can see the cards more. All right, I think we're good. I'll make sure you guys can see the cards when I pull them. This is going to be for Lily and Jack, kind of like energy check and what's going on. It's been over 2 weeks since I did their last reading. A lot has come out. Um, Nothing confirmed by the CMP though, so we got to question everything, which isn't bad or good, but it's just the CMP has to keep everything quiet. I think at this point. So we've got. I know Belinda Gray, the grandmother of Jack and Lily, Cody's mom, so she's the biological. She's come out and done an interview, and we know, I guess there's been something out there about CMP. The child services. The child services had previous visitation with them. Also, uh, the cousin, Durwood, Malaya's cousin, this is what he's claiming to be, right? Um, has come out and spoken. I caught some of it on dang, Criming Shame channel. And I think he spoke on, I didn't watch it, but I think he spoke on, what is it, Dolly Vision. Anyways, from what he's saying, it's interesting because he's claiming it's Malaya that handed the children off. Malaya handed them off to some friends or family um, at the bottom of the driveway in a vehicle, which would break everything that Daniel and Malaya have been claiming. Even Daniel been claiming. I mean, we've known things are not adding up, and we know there's been lies and the web of lies and everything else. Um, but that is what I picked up in my beginning, and what I've been picking up all along is someone. I don't know if it's Malaya. I'm not pointing fingers right now, but someone handed these kids off. So it's interesting how he's coming out saying from what he's learned and what he knows and where he's a family member and he gets along with all families, you know, it's like, huh. So, I mean, it's just interesting how he came out with that. And that's what I've been saying is someone handed him off, handed these kids off, and these kids knew who they went with. So we'll see how things develop. Oh yeah, and I guess she went on the run with baby Meadow. A lot has been being said. Again, we don't know that confirmational wise because our CMP hasn't come out and said we've had to pick up Malaya because she went on the run with Meadow. We don't know where Meadow is. Is Meadow, did this all happen and now Meadow's with the child services, or, did none of this happen? But, anyways, that's just being said out there. So I'm just doing a updated energy check. Oh, one thing I did pick up. Now, again, remember, I pick up past, present, future, right? But this is either past or present. I can guarantee you that because somehow, somewhere along this line, someone had a burner phone. A burner phone. All right. And I was shown it's between the mattresses, like on a bed. And then I saw it was also like when you have a linen closet, in our linen closet we have our sheets, our blankets, towels, whatever, right? And it was between the sheets. Now, of course, anything I say can be symbolic. It doesn't mean it has to be the actual thing, right? Remember that when I'm speaking. I hope everyone knows that. But for me, if it's the real, like real burner phone, um that could mean that anyone within that home had a secret burner phone that the others didn't know about, or someone who took the kids is using a burner phone. Someone along the line needs that burner phone or did need that burner phone to do what's needed to be done for this situation, right? Symbolically, it's of course someone's hiding crucial information, you know. So we'll see. again, and we got to remember some stuff that we readers pick up will never come out. Like at the end of the day, when all this is said and done, there's certain things that just it's not needed in court. It's not needed to know by the RCMP. They connect the dots, and we don't need to know every single crucial, detail that led them there. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Lily and Jack. What's going on with Lily and Jack? I do still pick up that they're alive, and that was interesting because so did he, and I picked up that they were at a house, and apparently, if they're alive and they're being kept by someone, which is what I picked up, I still pick up it's a couple, you know. So we'll see. As long as we can get them back alive, man. Oh, that would be awesome. All right, Lily and Jack. Enough of my rambling. Let's go. I will show you the cards more better too. Just let me get a few out. Whoop, too many came out. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. And they all want to jump out. Hold on. All right. 4, 5, 6. One more. Wow. Okay. All righty. So we've got someone's being very careful with any and all information they're given. Someone's holding something really tight. Prudence, being very careful, discreet, but they are getting everything put together. There is going to be completion in this. That's the world tree. This is going to be solved. We are going to know what we need to know. There is going to be a full, complete resolution in this. I also get, oh, come on. Because of opposition, there has been a restriction in movement. I think they've tried to move the kids again, whoever they're with. They've tried to like move them, but they can't because there's too many eyes out there. Um, I do pick up a lot that the whole community of that area and maybe 2 areas beyond, I mean, everyone is dumbfounded. The whole community is like, "What the hell? Why isn't this solved yet?" Okay? But there's restriction and they can't move them because of everyone's eyes and everything that's been going on. So they're kinda stuck and they're not sure what to do. And then we have the Queen of Discs. So I'm gonna say there's a woman. You know me, I'm not pinpointing. There is a woman who's trying to or has tried to keep a straight face, keep it all together, and she's not able to do it much because I think she was holding on to something. You see the pentacle there? She was holding on to something. She was holding on, I believe, to the truth, in my opinion. And she doesn't know, she thinks nobody's going to move her, nobody's going to get to her, nobody, I mean, let's face it, she's keeping herself very hidden and quiet. But this, whatever was planned to happen, as in moving this children, could not happen. And I think she's kind of bewildered, dumbfounded. What's next? What's going to happen? All right. Now, when this first happened on May 2nd, they were taken, but I think they were moved right after they were taken from one place to the other. But now at this point in time, they're finding it hard to even move them again, to bring them somewhere else. They feel like they have to for some reason, but at the same time, if we do it, who's going to see what? And can we just do it, or are people even watching us? I'm not sure what they're going to end up doing at this point in time, but right now they are feeling total restriction. Someone's got paranoia like there's no tomorrow. It could be that guy I was picking up before. He had total paranoia and freaking out. Yep, bad choices, games, mixed signals, consequences. We're getting that from both parents. We really are. Both of them are made some bad choices, I believe. Now, I'm not saying either one did the big bad here. What I'm saying is both have webs of lies hanging from them, contradicting. And I know she's quiet, but just in her silence, actions are louder than words. And if she did try and take off with Meadow for whatever reason, I don't know why she's not arrested. That's why I'm questioning if that even happened. Did she already call them and get the permission? And whoever says she ran, she didn't bother calling them. I don't know. But yeah, it's puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. That's what they're trying to do is keep everyone. I don't know if they're working together or not, but it's trying to keep everyone eyes off the goal and trying to mix signals, do this, do that, and it's trying to keep the RCMP from knowing the truth. Two-faced, double life cheater, backstabber. I honestly believe whoever handed these kids off did not realize how messed up this other people were. They're out for themselves at this point, and I'm really concerned about the children. All right. And also, there's someone else who wanted to play a double life, but they're getting busted. Their lives are coming to an end because the cops aren't going to listen. Blood ties, family, inner circle. So it is someone within the inner circle. I mentioned before in one of my readings, I don't think it's like an aunt or uncle that actually took these kids to help out or whatever the case was. But I mean, where one cousin's coming out and he's like the third cousin or something of Malaya. I mean, I didn't really consider that extended of a family involvement. But to me, this is someone that's not around the dinner table every night per se. Someone that's not really invited around all the time. Someone who the kids know well enough to say, you know, yeah, we'll go, we'll have fun. They might have been told, you're going on vacation for a week or something. I don't know, but um, it is someone within their inner circle for sure. And it does show that the family, someone along the line in that family, knows exactly where these kids are and what happened because they had to have had part of it. Emotions, worry, and fear waves. You know, there are those family members like Melinda Gray and others that are all emotional and upset. And I think of course, justified anger, like, how could this happen? Why did this happen? When can we get them back? When can we know exactly when, where, what? We just want the kids in our arms again, you know? So, but this has become one mess on top of another mess on top of another mess. And it's just bad. They're trying to keep things, from being found out. I feel like there's more immature minded adults dealing with this situation that has gotten way out of hand just to cover their own asses. All right. And the kids deserve better. And I hope when they're found. And I am believing they're still alive. I pick up that they're alive. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% right. But, you know, when they are found, these kids deserve a lot better. That's all I'm saying. Maybe Belinda will get them. She's the only grandmother actually coming out and speaking and saying, "Where the hell are they? Why? Why?" Maybe. You just never know. All right, Lily and Jack, where you at? Where you at, Lily and Jack? Come on. Distant, distant. Can you guys see that? All right, there we go. That's better, I think. Distance, distant horizon. They're together. From what I'm picking out, they're together too. Whoops, too many. Hmm. Someone is definitely piecing things together. That could be the RCMP. Durwood mentioned he was, but there's more than Durwood. Durwood's coming out, and whether what he says is 100% true or partly true or just his opinion, I don't know. So I can't put much credibility only because I just don't know. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting because he got the same concept about someone gave him away. There is going to be some good news down the road. Good news to me would be they are found alive. They were returned into the RCMP, whatever. They are alive and we found them, or they were turned in, what have you, right? But good news to others would even be at least their bodies were found. And now hopefully DNA can find out, or in the process of locating their body, we found this person or whatever. And justice comes one way or the other. To me, it's that they will be found or they will be turned in or what have you, and choices will be made. I do think, hold on, I don't know. I'm still getting some kind of love relationship involved in all this. Of course, it could be the couple that I picked up got them, handed over to the couple. That could be what that is. That could be what that is. Secrets. Hold on. Again, a distance card. Travel in a distance card. Deadly hidden secrets. Knowledge coming out. This is going to be knowledge coming out into whatever tidbit comes out, whatever knowledge comes out, it's going to bring back faith and hope to people that they may still be alive. Now, I'm wondering if this could be what Durwood is just starting to say to people, which is they're still alive and they're being held somewhere by some people or whatever. But where people thought the worst, where I mean, it's possible. Like I said, I'm not 100%. Where they thought they were dead, there's now hope that they're alive. That's how I'm reading those. I'm pulling a lot of cards. All right, this is definite. So, and I do still see him in a house. Oh, how many are this? A lot more. Hold on, guys. The cards are just reeling today. In a distance, in a house. Victim was stalked by, and I say predator, not killer, because until the police come out and say we found bodies, DNA proves it's so and so, I'll always say predator no matter what case I'm working on. Victim was stalked by predator, but I think they were just keeping an eye out for the, I don't know, the call, the signal, whatever, to get them, and they were handed over. And the predator is out of the area, which would coincide with the distance cards. And let's say the area, at this point is anywhere from where the cops consider, near. Again, I'm saying like at least 20 miles at this point because we got the way far, 50 miles or more. And it still could be. Like I said, I don't know if this person has more than one location, one home or location. And again, if it is a couple of people, I pick up the couple, right? And if I don't know, I don't pick up more than that couple myself. Predator may currently be in prison for another crime. I do not believe currently, but I wonder if they did do crimes and they have a rap sheet. You know what I mean? That they did do crime at one point. Rage or extreme anger was the motive. I do think there was rage building up in that home. There was frustration, rage. Um, I'm getting right now kind of like an ultimatum was given at one point. Additional evidence is at the crime scene, but we don't know where the crime scene is. I mean, I think the way the cards are telling me is someone handed these kids over to a couple. That couple is known by the children, but, and it was at the end of the driveway, right? But could this be when all said and done and they have the children, they go to these people's house that they kept them at and they find evidence there about who else was connected to this, right? That's what I'm thinking. Anything else? I do see a house. I see in a house. Lily and Jack. Last couple of cards. Let's see. Lily and Jack. Tell us about Lily and Jack. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is like, the Hierophant or teacher. All right. Someone with knowledge who thought they would help get new beginnings, wanted new beginnings, something new. And there's the travel again, took off. She's holding on to a child, and it's a couple that took off, and they're holding them tight and locked into a house. Now, I honestly don't think that they're purposely or, like they're physically harming the children, but I do know that there's been a big change in the male for his mental paranoia and fear of being caught and arrested. And, when someone's put in a corner, very desperate, anything can happen. I don't care who you think they are. I don't care how long you know them. If they're put in a situation of being cornered like a wild animal, they can do anything. And the kids are in a house with them. That's where they're being kept. Some form of house. Now, I want to grab a, hopefully, whoops, card of hope. Whoops. All right, let's get some hope. Give us a good card of hope for this situation. Let's get them home alive. Well, I don't know where their home will be. Like I said, maybe it'll be Belinda. She's really the only one, the only family member, grandparent that seems to be coming out and saying, you know, trying to help in finding these kids. Prosperity, focus on the positive and more good will come. Let's read that again. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. I do think something good like this card, if I can find it in all of this. Fortune, great fortune. I think something good will be coming. I can't guarantee today or tomorrow, but something good shall be coming. Some good news through this. For me, it's that the kids are alive. For others in the family that are just waiting to see anything, I know their ultimate goal is it'd be great if they're alive, but some have already kind of considered the thought that they're not, and they just want this whole thing resolved. Either way, keep positive. And that's all I have right now. I hope they're found soon. I hope whoever has them doesn't freak out to the point that they harm the children. So take care, everyone.